A jury cleared 9 climate activists of causing £500,000 worth of damage, criminal damage, to HSBC's London headquarters. They're all part of Extinction Rebellion. They said that they were doing that because they wanted to bring notice to what was their stickers: better broken windows and broken promises, and place stickers on the windows reading £80 billion worth into fossil fuels in the last 5 years. They were protesting that this is a company that maybe wasn't as transparent as they should be to their shareholders about their investments in fossil fuels. Now, here's where I'm confused, because apparently members got up and talked about why they'd done it, which is about climate change. We recently covered a story where the judge basically told someone to sit down and shut up for preaching about this. So I'm confused. Can you use your beliefs as a defense? And it worked in this case because the jury, wasn't it? Can you do that or not?
Yeah, wasn't it just a couple of weeks ago, Trisha? You asked me this question. Are the courts now cracking down on political protest type defences in law done by smart lawyers, the likes of Goddard Court, Tom Wainwright, Jacob Bindman, Owen Greenhall, the usual suspects? My answer in relation to, I think it was an HS2 Extinction Rebellion co-founder, wasn't it, case a couple of weeks ago, was that was a case that turned on its own facts. She really seemed to be just using the legal proceedings as some kind of platform to spout her opinions for the media during court at taxpayers' expense, not to win the proceedings, and actually with evidence that wasn't relevant. This is the crucial thing. If you remember, it wasn't relevant to why she'd been doing it in terms of a defense. What's a defense? I was doing it to protect somebody. I was doing it not to raise awareness, but I was doing it, for example, to protect life. These are the types of defenses that are sometimes used in those protest trials. There has been some crackdown. That's fair to say. It's a bit of a sinister, or if I'm going to be suspicious, I suppose, coincidence that trials at the moment on these cases seem to be going disproportionately to a single judge, Judge Silas Reed. His Honour Judge Silas Reed, I'll say that so I don't get in trouble, in a London Crown Court. Now, there are two potential explanations for this. The kind of common or garden by the book explanation from the establishment, if you believe in that kind of thing, may well be, well, that's the judge who has the most expertise in these things. Hang on a minute, it's criminal damage. It doesn't require a great deal of expertise. I think he's been chosen by the powers that be for the task, with no public oversight as to that decision or transparency as to his selection. When things like this happen, people sometimes say, well, this judge has obviously been offered a place on the Court of Appeal or the High Court. I don't know that that's the case, and I don't know that I'm that much of a tinfoil hat wearer. And we have said it's the same lawyers in these cases too, so let's not be too much of a cynic.
Okay, just to wind up, but they got away. They were, the jury found in their case, none of the defendants denied their part in the action. Their case was based on the defense of lawful excuse. The Criminal Damage Act allows for such a defense if the defendant believed that they had the consent of others to damage the property in question. Yeah. So
This is fascinating, Trisha, and I have to say it scratched my head, and I'm full of admiration for the lawyers and for the jury in this case, I have to say. They pleaded the defence of belief in consent of HSBC, but that's the alleged victim, £500,000 worth of damage we've heard, and that they would consent to the damaging of its building. Those types of defences usually apply. If you think about it, I've got a member of my family who's left something inside their car and wants me to get it. Yeah. So they allow me to smash the window. Exactly. Yeah. That I've got belief in consent. It's not because we've run out.
We've run out of time. I don't get it.
HSBC is a publicly traded company. If the shareholders knew, the defendants argued, the damage that HSBC's oil and gas investing was doing against our obligations under the Paris Climate Accord, HSBC shareholders, the true owners, the true complainants, would consent to the protesters' actions. Not guilty. Amazing, but also legally consistent and connected with the act.